Welcome to Admire, the Art of Business, hosted by Admire Itai Myra, also known as Ziva. In these episodes, we intend to showcase the immigrant communities, people who are doing fantastic work in their varying areas of expertise, whether that be healthcare, big corporates, philanthropy, entertainment, some community work, and other sectors. We have many unique individuals doing incredible work out there in their respective communities. However, we don't hear much about their achievements. Therefore, it is time to shed light on their success stories. We want to bring them to the table, speak to them about their career progression from where they started to where they are now, discuss the challenges they faced and the strategies they employed to overcome them in order to showcase the great work of immigrants in Australia and beyond. Our goal is to inspire the youngsters and people who have personal goals, who may think that they don't possess what it takes to achieve those goals. However, after seeing someone else achieve, strive, and overcome on their way to success, they will believe it's possible for them. You can do it. All that you need is to focus, the attention, a little inspiration, and hard work goes a long way.
Viewers, welcome once again to Admire the Art of Business. Your host, Admire here, also known as Zia. Today I've got a guest, one of its kind. A guest right now, if I'm going to be telling you exactly the achievements that he managed to get in his hands, the challenges that he went through, you'll be surprised. He is a man that have managed to get the local awards, over 10 of them, recognized from different sectors of our society, unis, call about the community, every area that you might think of. But he's got a background whereby at 6 years old, he was a child soldier. Think of it, from this end to the other end. Very hard, but this man has endured, has got to a point whereby he's sitting here, we're having a chat, and we need to learn and understand where he's coming from. Please, guests, help me. Welcome, Deng Adut. Thank you, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. How's everything?
Oh, good, huh? Just alive,
Yes.
cold.
Yes,
and,
it's cold.
I try to protect myself from the bad weather. Otherwise, I'm here with you. And man, where did you get your beautiful name from?
Admire, thank you very much. I mean, my parents gave that to me. Yeah.
You got a good name, beautiful name.
Thanks, Deng.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
good.
And Deng, what does Deng mean? Do you have a meaning for Deng, or?
Yeah. It's the most powerful deity according to Dinka culture. I mean, the god of the rain.
Oh.
Yeah.
The god of the rain.
The god of the rain. Yeah. There's nothing about rain. Create without rain.
No.
What are you gonna drink? Nothing.
No.
So we believe knowledge, which is the creator.
Yeah.
Created Deng, and Deng wife name was a book.
Okay.
And a book, and Deng had a son, and that son is Garang. So you will hear that deity coming along the line. So Deng is the first deity according to Dinka beliefs and tradition.
Yeah.
So that's the meaning of it. It means God of the rain. Rain god. Yeah.
Okay. That's quite interesting. When you talk about your culture and everything, is there more like the way that you guys deliver your culture to the next generation? Like your parents, how did they deliver the culture to you? Do they have books that you're writing? or what exactly were you doing?
No. We our tradition is oral tradition.
Yeah.
The story must be told to the children when they're young. They must be taught the story of their tribe, where they came from, their genealogy. And for example, I could say Deng, Tek, Adut, Garang, Ayak, Badiu, Goliath, Thor, and I can go on and on.
Wow.
But that is my father's side, and you have to know your mother's side. And my mother's side, that's where I came from. So Deng, Athiu, which is my mother, Akau, father, Deng, grandfather, that is where I came. So I was named after my mother's grandfather. So it's like a reincarnation of name. So our name never lose or come back in a circle within the family. And you are easy. It is easy for anyone to be able to trace who's related to them, so that you avoid any marriage that is unnecessary. Children normally will be thrown away. If there is a blood relation. So those are consequences to that condition. So you have to marry outside, and that means oral history is so important. So you got to be taught well.
Okay.
So that's the key, and it's passed on through songs, and also through stories, which are like a fairy tales. So we have our fairy tales.
So when you say songs, like you guys going to be like
we
singing?
sing songs. We sing songs. We sing songs through our bulls, our cattle. We have cattle that can outdate any cattle on earth. And our cattle can go through hell of diseases, and they can still come up just like me. I went through the same process. So we sing songs. We sing bulls. We admire our bulls. We design bulls' horns. We even a marriage. For example, the most important things according to Dinka culture is marriage of a man. A man must be married, and a woman must be married. So there are no unmarried people in my tribe from the beginning. Everyone is married because everyone was good looking. There are no disease.
I love that.
No diseases deforming people. No bullets that entering people's bodies and deform their bodies. So everything was good. Everyone is marriageable, and in Dinka a custom. So the idea of marriage, you got to pay dowries.
Of course.
And people still talk today about how dowries is like paying a bride price. But they still do it here. They still practice their own here. What is this ring that you're gonna put there for $1 million? Same thing.
Exactly.
But just imagine you appreciate the value of that woman that is you marry. Shouldn't you be replacing something to their parents? Say thank you very much for bringing up this beautiful, amazing woman. But then they twisted the whole story and said, "Oh, it's a property, treating women like a property." No, they're not property. Like my mother named me, my mom named me Deng, according to her grandfather. My sister Gwit, that's her mother. Athena Gwit Akau, that's her grandfather. Look at that. That my father is a man. He could have ever said, "Hey,
of course, I'm thinking about that right now."
And my father got married 6 wives, so he's a top man. He was a chief.
Okay.
So you don't mess around and say and abuse somebody with value. No. That's why I said the abuse, this domestic violence abuse, is not in our nature. Because you married a woman. You've placed a value dear.
It's a value,
And that's why you marry her. It's not a property. Okay, if it is a property, why do you go and want to punch her face and damage it? It was beautiful, and you paid
damage the property.
So So it's just nonsense. So we paid 200 cows for a beautiful girl. And a not just a beauty in the body. I said before, we're beautiful in the body, but we are people with beautiful souls.
Yes, absolutely.
We don't have. According to Dinka culture, anybody that is coming to the village, they don't need to sleep in a hotel. They will sleep in the house, the guest house always. They will be fed, they will be looked after by everyone until the day, and we don't even ask them when they're going to go.
When are you going to go?
And then they can go on the mere strangers, so we don't have that. So that is, I think that culture is dying out, but has a value. It's welcoming. It's a trust where you know that even your enemy will kill you tomorrow. You're still very ignorant of the fact that he's your enemy. That is, I think, it's to come with being secure in your mind and your soul. That important human beings are important, and you just don't go and kill people.
No, you don't.
So unless we realize that and put a value on a human being, then we shouldn't be going around and kill each other for no reason.
No.
That is, I think, that core culture of Dinka, or that I lost. I lost that when I was conscripted in the army. And engaged in those activities that I describe here. They're not worthy of anyone to call himself a man. When you go and kill people and what manhood do you gain from that? A man defends himself. Men don't provoke war. That's a defeated man or a deceitful man. So a man will be ready with his shield, and his enemy is aware of it. Not a man that will shoot you at a distance with his scope. Okay, that's not a man. That is something different. And
that's an interesting concept.
Yes, it's an interesting concept. Yeah.
It is.
The remote robotic killing machine.
Exactly.
So we lost the value of human beings.
We did.
And I remember when I was in the army.
Yeah.
We used to call human targets, and we still call them. And today, even we still call them target.
Yeah.
It's a target to destroy. It's human there.
Yeah.
So we tend to dehumanize human beings, and especially African, when people that are dehumanized on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And we can still rise over that and say we're human.
Yeah, we
can still achieve greater things in knowing too, because you got to be enlightened about those things. And especially, go to my village, you'll find a man that never opened a book, and he's intelligent than, who should I say? Intelligent than Donald Trump. Exactly. Way intelligent than Donald Trump. And way intelligent. Why should I even put them together? There's no comparison.
There's no comparison.
To that wise old man that is sitting there. He achieved his wisdom. He's not there to do anything foolish, because he consults with other people. He knows. And he knows the future. Future is based on the land where those people are settled. But we all become homeless now in our own world. So homelessness has actually created those views, and which become cultures of certain people, and those cultures are enforced on other people for no reason, and they were acquired only accidentally.
Yeah, that is true. And okay, so the family that you come from, how big is that?
Ooh.
Yeah.
My father had 6 wives.
Yes, you mentioned that. Yeah. And how many kids?
43 children.
43?
Yeah.
You're number what?
I'm number 42.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. It is amazing. And of course, being under a big family, that means we have learned big land.
Yeah.
We have lakes. We have canoe. We have farming. And my father can go and hunt hippopotamus. You have the right to do that. Crocodile, he can go and do that.
Wow.
And share it with the village and share it with the whole family. And not taking it to the market if there's a surplus, because there are other people in the village that can eat that.
Yeah.
So the greed is very limited. And of course, in my book, I mentioned about the land of a Chamnalit, which means the God eater. That's me. That's the name that I got when I was young. And the reason for it is simple. We must be full as children. We always got to have a food in our belly. And if your belly is not full, you're going to complain, you're going to cry. For me, I took it too far, I took that too far, took advantage of nearly everyone.
Of course, the other 41, yeah.
And so I gained the name because I was wondering one night when I was full, which the God or the sky is edible, and then everyone can just eat and eat and eat. And non-stop, and then you have leftovers.
Of course.
And you can just don't even care anymore. So that was the dream of a child. That was full, because some children, they don't have that dream.
No,
Just imagine, do they have such a dream in their mind?
No.
But just imagine have that dream.
Yeah.
But that dream was realized after I was full.
Yeah, it's a big dream.
Yeah. We have children dying in Somalia, Yemen, now Sudan. And of course, we're spending money to kill people. When we know
billions of dollars
solve those problems. I don't even care about the money. I don't even need aid. In fact, that's not what I think we need. We just need guns to be out and bullets. We just don't need to trade in those things. We can trade in other things. We can trade in other things. And we can buy back iPhone, we can buy microphone, we can buy system, we can buy those important things. But gun is not important. It's not there to do any good. So it had destroyed nearly every aspect of my family, including myself, that was involved in the war. Imagine if there was arrow or a bow, just a bow and arrow being.
Yeah, bow and arrow, yeah.
And then it won't do any much damage. Imagine if it is spear, you can see it coming, and then you can dodge it. But these are things that you don't see. They're like evil spirit that we used to talk about as African. To talk about it. People know juju. If you're Nigerian, you know juju.
Yeah, juju.
And we call it jok.
Jok, okay.
Call it jok or jong right.
Okay.
Become right, bad, demon or devil.
Okay. Yeah.
So all these things become demonic. You don't see them, and they just whisper in your ears or penetrate your lung for no reason. So those are things that worry me a lot. But in terms of my upbringing, I was a happy child. I had everything. I had land that other people don't have. I was born by the Nile.
Oh, really?
By the Nile. My house is right at the lake. I have a lake.
Wow.
That's beautiful. Nobody have it in this world. Right? Maybe few Sudanese have that, but they can't come close to the land or the price of the land that I possess.
Yeah.
In that. That is simple. That's simple. It's priceless.
That's priceless.
You have, if that water, why should we even buy water? Why should we have a dirty drinking water when we know we can even
just get it from the Nile?
From the Nile and filter it? But all these issues, we don't seem to understand. These are the key to a survival and also for the future and longevity. Forget the guns. Invest that money in those water and everything.
Water, in Deng.
Yeah, it's like Deng. Yeah. Thank you, in Deng.
Yeah.
If they invest in Deng, I think, and I'm glad you mentioned that, even if they invest in me, they can have a good confidence that their child will never die. Their child will never caught a bullet. It's the end of the story. If they invest in Deng, then the water from that Nile, it will bless them with everything. If they invest in Deng, just think about it.
Yeah.
You just thought about a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a service that can be delivered with guilt because of the fact that I am not somebody that would say that I haven't done anything. I was a soldier. I was in war. But it doesn't mean that I have to bang my head down.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And do that. So you take responsibilities for what happened. I lost 17 members of my family, brothers from the war, sisters from that war, from the 40.
That's a lot.
From the 43. So
that's a lot.
And some of them are injured, disabled. Like my brother Adut, who is amputee, So why should I have these things? We didn't have diseases. I remember that. The moment this war broke out, we started having something called malaria attacking us. It's like it nearly come with a war. So the biological weapon, they're part of the war. They're not separate weapon. It's just that they take a different mutation, they take a different killing. So there's a different way. So otherwise, I was happy, but that was taken away from me.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so you at 6 years old, that's when you became a child soldier, right?
Yeah.
Tell me the transition. Do you remember vividly what happened in there?
Well, I wasn't immediately become a child soldier.
Yes.
Immediately.
Okay.
We have to be taken to a camp.
Okay.
Mix up at night with other children that you don't even know who they are. At night, at dark, there was no light. Assume this room here, you turn off the light and it's all dark. And children from a different community, from a different tribe, you are all mixed up together and you are told to go there, separate, you are separated from your own relative. That's the first time you catch the trauma.
Yeah, of course.
Because even though we were walking that distance with the trauma, leaving our parents, when we were then separated with our own cousin, or brothers from the same tribe. It become the most hurtful thing that you could ever imagine.
I can imagine.
And that was the beginning of militarization of us.
Okay.
And so it was not at the point when we were traveling from Sudan to Ethiopia. It was when we arrived at Ethiopia, that when I think it was 3 months later, that's when everything began. And we were mixed up, turned into a military group. And now your own military brigade. You got to know your brigade. Yeah. And your platoon, and you got to know.
The brigade is the group.
Brigade is like 500 people.
Oh.
4 to 500 people.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you have a platoon, which is basically composed of 33 people.
Okay.
Platoon.
Okay.
Yeah, that basically platoon, and then you have a line, which is about 9 people in it. But you are group like that according to the force that you can enter. A platoon will attack.
Okay.
So 30 men. That platoon.
Okay. Yeah. So did they give you like a military training during that period of time, like intensive one?
Intensive training. We have to make our own guns.
You have to make your own guns?
Replica gun.
Yeah. For the training purposes?
Yeah, that's training purpose. And then after we finished our training, after 6 months, we're then taken to a parade.
So the training took 6 months?
6 months.
That's a lot.
No, 6 months is not a lot. It's quick.
Wow.
It's quick. That's not a lot. That is how to use. It's just tactical. Tactical. But there's strength and how to use a gun. That's 6 months.
That's enough. Okay.
That's not enough.
Okay.
Not enough. You need about 12 months.
Okay.
To be able to get along. Even you need to get along with your colleague, the one next to you, and you got to build that. You can't achieve that in 6 months. That's just nothing. What kind of relationship is that? It's a relationship that is nearly killing every aspect of what you see in Europe, like Ukraine. They train them for 6 months, and then they send them into to a meet.
Yeah, true.
Because they don't know anything. They just don't know anything. They have no experience at all. They will not win. They have zero experience. 6 months doing what? Shooting target?
Yeah.
Not a real human being.
No.
Yeah, and you haven't faced a real bullet.
No.
Yeah, maybe a rubber bullet, or you haven't get shot yet, and so you be terrified with your first shot.
Of course.
So and after that we were set in a parade, and then people that were accused of crime, they are lined up and get shot, and the reason is to make sure that those crimes that were mentioned, you should not be engaged in it. Yeah, because look at how you see the war crime, that when a war crime is committed, it is committed because people don't follow the protocol of war. So those are very important protocol, and you don't get those protocols in 6 months. They have to be indoctrination process through even songs, like I say, songs.
Songs, yeah.
So these are the process of indoctrination. So when you catch an enemy or capture an enemy, you don't shoot them. When they surrender, you don't.
All right.
But here they shoot them. Look at Abu Ghraib prison. They shoot even prisoners who are actually tied up. We shoot people like that. But yes, North Sudan used to do that to our people. But South Sudanese, I don't think we ever committed such a war crime during the war between Sudan and South Sudan. We didn't do that. We only commit bad war crime against ourselves. As African, as a South Sudanese. That's what I know, and that's what I participate in it. Otherwise, we didn't treat any of those enemies, the very enemy, with the cruelty, with any sense of cruelty, and we show them love. We just asked whatever happened to us. I just don't know.
Wow, that's quite hard. That's quite hard. Yeah, but I'm glad now we are sitting here, right?
Yeah, of course.
And I hope you're still comfortable talking about this.
Yeah, of course, of course.
It's quite tense.
I'm not terrified.
I'm
not terrified. I'm just, we got to talk about these issues because it's not only South Sudan or Sudan is in trouble. The African continent, we didn't even touch on an important country called Somalia that's been going on for forever. So when is this going to end?
That's another thing. Yeah.
And you look at Yemenis, they're Sudanese. Most of them are treated. Why are Arab killing them? Okay, if they are, they're only Muslim. It's just because
it's about the beliefs.
The issue there, not because of beliefs. If it is because of beliefs, and then they should not kill other Muslims.
No, yeah,
because of their skin color, because they are African.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Yeah,
there's no other explanation. There's no other explanation. Okay, Muslim killing Muslim in this 21st century is something that is that need to be discussed properly because they are the one to teach about peace. So are Christians, but they don't follow those protocols. Well, they're easy to do bad thing. We don't do bad thing. Bad thing that happened to us in South Sudan, we didn't go for revenge. It's only revenge that we do to ourselves. We don't never go up to any foreigners and attack them. We don't. It's completely bullshit. Whoever die in South Sudan, and it will be accident, completely an accident, but it will not be delivered like here when they shock black people to death. Sometimes people like me are even certain point will be required to produce identification because I don't look like goddamn similar people that should be look like, or people that meant to look like that. But I don't need to complain about those things because I think if I just let it go and change my direction and not be confrontational, then I know I can live. I will be alive because, like I said before, the first thing that I said was the value of life.
Value of life, yeah.
The value, if you value your life, then you shouldn't let somebody play with it. You need to live longer. What's this point of short departure? That's why I keep telling Muslim and Christians, say, why are you guys rushing? We're rushing to heaven and why are you rushing? Yeah. Why don't you wait? Chill. Yeah. If you really rushing, you don't rush us. We have time to spend on earth. And stop going mad, shoot down school. Some of these people that don't want to go to heaven with you at all. Some people don't want to go to heaven. They just want to fix earth. If we fix the earth, if we fix our problem here, then maybe this is a heaven for us. But we dream for things that we don't even have any grain of salt to even go and get it. We're still going to ask for forgiveness in front of God because we're all guilty of a lot of crime.
A lot of crime, yeah.
So really, why are you rushing us? Just let us fix what we have.
Yeah.
That's the key to everything. So I think African people have been laid back too much anyway. And that's another issue. You don't lay back and watch your brother getting killed or another country getting killed. And then after that you say, oh, I wish I have done this. I wish I have done this. I wish what? It happened. You were
already.
there.
Yeah.
And now you question yourself like, I wish genocide didn't happen in Rwanda. What? It happened. It didn't happen in Darfur. It happened. It didn't happen in South Sudan. It happened. In Somalia, it happened. It happened in Namibia. It happened. It's just, we just need to stop all these weapons that came here and cause genocide to our people. And that's my focus. And if those weapons are disappeared, African will have no problem on foot to another country. I would travel to Congo on foot because I know nobody's going to shoot me. I would travel to Ethiopia by foot like I did it before. Kenya, I can do it again. Okay, I can do Uganda. I can. Why should I walk and take the longest route to see Africa, to travel it like being a tourist place? Why should I be scared of my own continent? Some others die without even seeing Africa.
Oh, true.
Or even seeing, or even walk and do the tour. Europeans, they do tours, their homeland, because it's safe. And then they give us gun. And it's unsecure, and we don't actually have access to go and visit beautiful places. Why should I go to Mali? Why should I go to Senegal? Why should I go to South Africa? Why should I go to Egypt? But then Egypt, another species of Africa there that call itself North Africa. Africa is Africa.
Africa is Africa.
Yeah. Okay, don't call yourself that you're different from us.
No.
You gotta be part. It's like Asia, Australia, part of Asia.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful, part of Asia. We never deny Asia.
No.
New Zealand is almost like, in my opinion, Australia and New Zealand should be one big country, so we cannot be bullied by other Asian countries. Eventually. I thought that, but that's another story for
For a different day.
for another day. But for me, we gotta look at it. We gotta look at it. We can't just isolate ourselves as African and not even be able to go to see safari ourselves. Our kids don't see safaris, and other people come and see safaris. It's our homeland. It's just around the corner. We can just walk there.
It is.
But there's guns, landmines that are planted there for a purpose to create that division of Africa.
Yeah.
And those landmines, they need to go.
They need to go.
If they go, and then and all these people that are scared of African in Europe, they will come to Africa to do business.
Yeah.
Yeah. And only Americans, they will come and do America. Australia will go. Other Pacific Islands will go and admire Africa generally. But yes, we have turned ourselves to lovers of guns and have appetite for a bullet, and even will decorate it one day, something like Saddam Hussein, gold AK-47, things like that. Why? That is human insanity.
Yeah, it
Okay,
is. Yeah,
human insanity. A gold-plated AK-47. I heard Gaddafi had the same thing. Why do you gotta go there? It's
That's
death.
crazy. That's crazy. Yeah.
Are you gonna shoot? Maybe you have a gold bullet. Where do you get these resources from Earth? Give it back to Earth. See, that's why I feel jealous about Elon Musk going to the sky, because he's stealing the resources of the Earth. And for what? To go and look up in the sky about something else? Shouldn't these resources be spent here for good of the Earth? Why are they running to the sky? We don't need that. We need to deal with things that are important, relevant to our daily life here. So for me, I'm not a fan of that. And like I said, I never wish I had a TV once in my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and those things that people just do for a show, they do for a show.
It's show. It's show. It's show.
It's shock. It's shock. It's like some kids. If you ask them, America, when did America land on the moon? And then they will even believe that it's true. Okay, because that's what they are taught to believe. But when the truth come out, something is not true, then you are censored, or you are treated as a person that is enemy, because there are now people who speak truth in this world. They become enemy.
Of course, they will.
Of the truth. And even those guys who are speaking truth now, they didn't speak truth back then. It's just like a backflipping.
Yeah.
They just try to swim back to their. They're serving the cloud.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah. But dang, okay. Now we spoke about the war and everything, so what happened in there. Before I take it to the next level, what's your worst experience during that period of time?
Can you repeat that question again?
What's your worst experience during the war?
I think it's nightmares.
Okay.
Just recurring nightmares. They don't go away.
Yeah, okay.
They don't go away. You're getting shot and you're shooting people.
Yeah.
And your friend getting shot and somebody die.
That's tough.
Yeah, but otherwise nothing. Everything else is just nothing. It's just nightmare of it.
Okay.
And you can't get rid of them.
Okay.
There's no way you're gonna get rid of them.
Yeah.
Just, otherwise, you try to basically, what do you call it, erase
Yeah.
the brain art. Why should you erase that brain art if it allow you? So that's my was experience.
That was experience. Okay, no, that's fine. That's all right. Okay, so now we are leaping from this moment in time whereby it's wartime. What then happened from there for you getting to Australia? Do you want to tell us the journey from that moment in time?
Yeah, we, my brother, after he brought us to Kenya, we went to another camp. We settled shortly, briefly, in a camp called Kakuma, refugee camp, and it is in Rift Valley in Kenya, or it's closer to South Sudan, just the border.
Okay.
Then think Lokishogyo, then you have Nairus, and then you have Capoeira, all these. So he got me out. He smuggled me out from Natinga.
Okay.
That's the military.
He smuggled you out. Okay.
Yeah, he smuggled me out, and he brought me to Kenya. Settled in Kakuma, and he then took us to another camp, Dadaaf and Ifo. These are in the north East Kenya of Somalia, next to Somalia, because most of the refugees there, they were from Rwanda, because
the genocide in Rwanda. Yeah.
Because you know that Somalia, because the Black Hawk Down.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And of course, there were a few other people from Burundi. Okay, so these are the people that are affected, and remember, those camps that still exist today. Yeah, they still exist today, and that was 1996.
I don't know about that part.
Okay, it's in 1996. That the longest, one of the longest camp ever.
Wow.
Children are born there, married there, and they are either Somalian, Sudanese, whatever they are. But their status is basically born in those refugee camps. And they are refugee, and I don't even know whether the law back then could actually accept refugee that are born in those, call it UN camp. They're not like Australia got they are UN, United Nations camp.
Yeah.
Australia don't have those camps. They have detention camp. They detain people.
Yeah.
Kenya don't detain people.
Oh, okay.
They put them in UN camp. So if you come as a refugee here, or come here, call it illegal, call it illegal migrant, you become an alien automatically in this country. But in Kenya, you are received as a human being. That's a big difference.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If you come illegal into Kenya, you're received first as a human being, then basically shown to UN compound.
Okay.
If you say you're coming from South Sudan, they will know automatically that you are refugee affected by the war.
Yeah.
It's common sense.
Yeah.
Common sense. That's common sense. So the issue of refugees should not be debated by anyone at all. With refugee, we define it. Even Kenya defined it. They know very well. So, and Ethiopia knew.
Yeah.
And so Central African Republic. Those people that are affected, they know the definition of refugee.
Yeah.
Anything that is defined here is defined by Parliament. It's not defined by those people that were refugee. So let's define refugee. That's exactly what happened to us in Kenya. And we received United Nations card.
Oh, okay. So let's get in there.
A card that recognizes that you are a refugee and you receive your ration in it.
Okay.
So that's your ticket to being recognized. And then my brother made an application to go to America. You was rejected, and thank God for that. Seriously, I thank God for that.
But before we get there, I think we need to pay a lot of tribute to countries that managed to get refugees and help them.
Oh, yeah.
Countries like Kenya.
Yeah.
Which are the countries as well that managed to do that?
Well, Ethiopia.
Ethiopia did that as well?
Ethiopia took us, embraced us. Rwanda is doing the same thing. Doing it now with despite what happened to them.
Yeah.
It did it with Congo. It's even creating Peter's Congo. And I don't think South Africa was receiving. It was still a racist, anyway, still a racist country. It was receiving any refugee from us at all. I don't think so. because of the government nature. The state at the time. And of course, I think, did I say Uganda?
You did mention Uganda.
Uganda
was part of that.
There's a lot of, they were managing people there. And they accept us as a refugee in general. So those countries, I don't think we need to even thanks. I don't even think I need to thank them. They were doing their duties.
Of course,
they know that, and we are brothers, and we're close to one another. They were doing their duties. So I will not even go ahead and thank them more than I already say I thank them. But
okay,
it's a little,
of course.
It's a job, because Ugandan are Sudanese.
Oh, yeah.
And so are Kenyan. It's just the borderline.
It's the borderline.
Being put there. So if Turkana is dying there, we know Maasai is dying, Dinka is dying, Choli is dying, Luo is dying. Anuak, the same thing. We share tribes that are dying during the war. And they speak the same dialect, and they are dying there. So there's no need for me to even thank them. They were protecting their own people, people. So they did well, but we didn't have. And compared to Egypt, for example, Egypt treat our people with hell. North Sudan basically treat us with contempt, nearly contempt. There was nothing we can do. If you are there, you just treat it like a dog, and that's why I say the word Sudan is actually a racist word, and that's what it means. And up there, Abid, this is insult that people do sling there. So language is language. If you trace language, sometimes you'll be surprised of how you can become a word detective. You can detect a word that's so offensive, and sometimes you don't want to even hear it. But you let it go. So we were sponsored by a Australian family.
Before you get that, Deng, this is amazing. And viewers, just before you start talking about, applying to the US, and you say, okay, thanks, that did not happen, and now we're talking about Australia. Let's take a short break, and we'll be back very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, viewers. We'll be back very soon. And Admire the Art of Business. Your host, Admire, is here. Thank you.